Today, I'm going to be interviewing this 1992 Golf 16-valve Turbo GTi. We're going to find out all about the owner, why they built this car, the story behind it, and of course, why they drive it. Let's go. So right here is the owner of this car. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Chris. This is my 92 GTi 16-valve turbo.
Wow, so why do you drive this car?
I drive it because it's fun and safe and ticks all boxes.
So what's the story on how you got this car?
I sort of inherited this from my brother. He owned it for about 15 years. Last year I got rid of one of my other cars and I've always wanted it, and he was toying with the idea of selling it, so I'd like to keep it in the family, so I asked him to buy it and he sold it.
And what was the car you got rid of?
It was an 86 911.
So you got rid of the 911 and you got this.
Yeah.
So what is the reason that you love Volkswagen so much?
I've always just been a diehard fan since I was a kid. My family grew up driving them. I've been reading Performance VW since I was 12 years old.
Wow. And this car, your brother built it, he did everything to it, and then you bought it?
He's always been the performance side of things with Volkswagen, so he was building this car back when I was in high school with this engine. Was originally going in a Corrado, you know, the early days of putting turbos on these engines with standalone fuel management and that. So finally finished it years ago and ended up going in this car.
Wow. And then did you put the air suspension and the wheels on it?
Yeah, he had the wheels. The stance just wasn't right. Like, I love the air ride. It just is the final touch for this car. So I did all the suspension, and basically it was sort of half taken apart over the years. So when he delivered to me, I put it back together, did the air ride, and completed it.
Wow. Can you pop the hood so we can see the engine? Oh, wow. Wow, that's pretty cool. Nice and cleanly done. So do you know how much horsepower you're making on this?
I don't. I just know that it's tuned really, really light for the road. There was a time that he was running 14 pounds on it, and being a front wheel drive, there's just no traction. So I'm saying like 200 plus, I don't know. But
yeah,
that'll be my goal up next dyno day. I want a dyno and confirm it.
Wow, that's awesome. So he built this engine 20 years ago, or
about 15, yeah, 10, 15 years ago for sure, yeah.
Wow, and I see you've got some rare parts on the front right here. For those that don't know, can you explain what these are?
These are just, they call this like an upper like eyebrow or eyelid. They're pretty common. You can still get those. This bottom one is like, you can't find these anymore. So it has a couple unique touches from back in the 90s.
So was this on the car since it was new?
Since I got it, since he had it, he added it on there. I don't think it was on there when he first got it. So he put that front end, and then, yeah, I finished that.
Wow, and this car came stock, right, with this almost like plastic wide body.
Yep, it's always had the flares and the moldings. Back in the day when we previously built these cars, it was more common to color match the body. So you'd get rid of all the black and you'd make this car one color. But it's aged really well, and like, I love the two-tone. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Now, what wheels do you have on this car?
These are 16-inch Keskin staggered.
So are these pretty rare wheels, or?
I would say now you're getting harder and harder to find wheels like this. The bolt pattern's been converted on this car to 5x100 for the bigger brake setup on the front. So yeah, these are...
What brakes are on the front?
I believe they're Corrado G60 with re-drilled rotors.
Wow. And then I see the interior. You got the Recaro seats in here, the Momo wheel. You did all of this aftermarket, or is that factory?
This car comes with the factory Recaro setup in there. So the seats, the door panels, you look at the materials that were used back in the day, and like sort of like a velour, like these were fantastic.
Wow. And then the Momo wheel, that's not factory,
yeah,
right?
No, the Momo wheel was one of the first things. Like that was something that was always in every car that he built, and I might change that and give that back to him one day.
Yeah. And then the rest of the interior, it came factory with these gauges? Or
no, that's usually where the head unit is, but he installed those there so I can see all my readings for the turbo.
Awesome. Wow. So this car, they're going for big money these days.
They can, definitely. they're harder and harder to find. I think the record right now on Bring a Trailer was about 80,000 for a complete stock one. I like them stock, but once you have one modified like this, I think they're way better.
Yeah. I got one last question before we go for a ride. What would you recommend someone look for when they want to buy one of these?
Rust and yeah, just like the whole like body, you know, is it complete? It's getting harder and harder to piece all these pieces together if you want the complete interior, the door panels, everything working, sunroof, all of that. Yeah, you'll have to do that.
So this car in North America is the Golf. Was this the first Golf that came to North America?
No, this would be a second generation Golf.
Okay.
Yeah. And this car also came in an 8-valve, but this is a real 16-valve car.
Wow. And then the first generation is the one we just did with your black car.
Yeah, that was a Mark 1.
But that was also called a Rabbit.
Yeah, in North America it was a Rabbit, in Europe it was a Golf.
Okay, so this was the first branded Golf car.
Yeah, yeah, there was from 85 to 92, this being the last year.
Wow.
With this color, I think is just in the last couple years they came with this color.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, a lot of people seem to love this car when you bring it to shows and stuff, right?
Yes, this was my first show with it. I just completed this car this past month, so I'm pretty happy with it.
That's awesome. Well, do you mind if we go for a ride in it?
Yeah, let's do it.
That sound! Yes. Oh my gosh. So we're in the car now, going for a ride. I love all the red details right here. That looks so good. And you've got the 16-valve badge. Oh. That is crazy loud.
Yeah.
I mean, this car must be so addicting to drive with that sound.
It is. I was never a turbo guy, but after experiencing this, it rips.
Wow. You got all your gauges right here. The old SDS fuel management system. Wow. So which one do you prefer, this one or the Mark 1?
When I'm alone, I like the Mark 1. When I'm cruising with my kids and my family, I prefer this one. You don't smell the fumes aren't more as apparent, and it just feels a lot more solid and safer.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference.
So what year did they transfer from that to this?
The first year of the Mark II was 85.
Okay. Wow. That is crazy. Oh my gosh, I love the sound of this car. It feels like a lot more than 200-something horsepower.
Yeah, we'll see. I'd love to dyno it to find. I just know it's mildly tuned for the street. Eventually, I will get that, and we'll test and get the real numbers on this.
Yeah. So which one do your kids prefer, this one or the Mark 1 we just did?
They love the Mark 1. That's their ultimate favorite.
Is it because of the looks, you think, or because of the way it drives?
I think a bit of both, right? They like that really raw feeling that it has.
Yeah.
And the looks, it just has, the stance is way different than this one.
Yeah. Do people give you a lot of thumbs up or reactions when you're driving this car?
Oh yeah, definitely. Any of the enthusiasts, for sure.
Oh my gosh. That sounds so good. Doesn't even sound real. This is like videos you see on the internet. I mean, I guess for you guys it is a video on the internet.
The first time I took my son out in this, he looked at me and said, "Dad, what are you doing? What are you making that noise? How are you making that noise?" Oh, he loves it.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. So which one, if you could only keep one, would you keep? This one or the Mark 1?
It would have to be the Mark 1 for sure. Right? That's my pride and joy. Too many memories in that one.
It also feels like we're going so fast, but we're not.
Oh, it does.
We're only going maybe about the speed limit.
Yeah.
so good.
It's unreal.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. It's so cool to learn a little bit more for me about Volkswagens, because I honestly don't know a whole lot about these cars. I think they look cool, but today is my first experience with them. So thank you so much for being willing to do some videos. If you guys didn't see the Mark 1 interview we did, I'll put a link up here on the corner of the screen. You can go watch that. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to be interviewed by me, DM on Instagram at Magna Cars so we can set something up. In the meantime, never ever quit on your dreams. Remember, God loves you.